What's up, everybody? How are we doing, guys?
Hey.
It's time. It's Tuesday.
Ooh.
It's time to hit up the arcade. And with me, I got all my guys. We got our rolls of quarters. We're ready to dive into this thing. I've got Kyle Stathead Sheridan, AJ King Kaw, and myself. And guys, how are we doing on this awesome Tuesday morning, November 1st?
The first, number one. Let me tell you, if you're not ready for that intro music, it's gonna knock your socks off. I wasn't ready, and I'm like, whoa.
When you said intro music, I just had we were talking about November, and I had flashbacks to Mariah Carey is already about to start somewhere.
All I want for Christmas
it's happening.
Is you.
Dude, she
Christmas
tweeted about that already.
She
today.
did. It was amazing.
She's like, it's time for my music to come out. It's my time of year. I'm like,
I live in a big Christmas tourist town. And in this Christmas tourist town, we've already had Christmas on the radio, Christmas songs on the radio for 3 weeks.
Okay, there's
bad.
a rule. There needs to be
bad.
a rule that you cannot play Christmas songs until after Thanksgiving.
100% agreed.
Appropriate time. Anytime before that, just wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You can put decorations up the week of Thanksgiving. Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
My rule is on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, Christmas isn't happening until you see Santa.
That's a good rule. I like that rule.
But Thanksgiving's such a weak holiday. It can't hold back Christmas. It's not strong enough. And so it's up to the goths and the emos with October to hold back the Christmas from consuming us all.
Yeah. You want to know the one thing I really like about this time of year? November. The first part of November, we've got basketball. We've got baseball. We've got football. We've got soccer. We've got everything right now just hitting the fan.
A little bit.
It is crazy in sports. We're about to dive into all of it, and I'm so excited. But first, we want to take a moment. We had a family relative, or in a way, to the FCF. I hate to start off the show, but I wanted to pay respects to Takeoff. He's a member of the rap group Migos. He's associated with Quavo. Glacier Boy's owner. We just want to say that after he was fatally shot outside a private party last night, our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family, especially with fellow Glacier Boy Quavo, and we are just praying for peace and sending good vibes to those that were close to Takeoff. But without further ado, we have a lot of fun things to talk about. I just wanted to throw that out there, pay our respects, because man, you hate to see that kind of news, but you have to address it as it comes. And so in honor of Quavo and the Migos and their fallen brethren, Takeoff, let's talk about the future here with fan-controlled hoops tryouts. They just happened in Chicago, and one of us, this guy down here, right there, he was here in Chicago. They're live, getting to see all this stuff. We're going to dive into what we want to see from fan-controlled hoops, but tell us about the first tryout. What did you see, AJ?
I saw it all. No,
okay.
I saw a lot of amazing athletes. It was a good time, but there were definitely standout people there. All I have to say is there was a few times that they were testing verticals that they had to readjust because the guys jumped higher than the ruler, so they had to do it 2 or 3 times. Let's just say it's gonna be a fun season. That's all I can really say. Coach Mike Bibby is great. As a Hawks fan, I'm excited about the coaching staff that's going to be a part of it. And yeah, I don't know. I just had a great time watching everything and seeing how it's going to be. And let's just say there's a lot of athleticism going on, and we're going to enjoy it, guys. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, the one thing that I really heard that was coming out of this weekend is these guys can ball. And this is only the first tryout. And I even watched some of the Instagram stories, and you just had guys just sinking threes, without missing, just swish. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
Dude, this is just the beginning.
Okay, I don't know if I can like actually tell you guys everything that happened, but I'm pretty sure this dude already posted about it. There's one guy who was a Instagram or like TikTok like influencer, and
Okay.
he's like famous for being a guy who has the Guinness Book of World Record most threes in a row, and he made like 177 3-pointers in like a row sequentially.
Wow.
So yeah, there was talent.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. A little quick sneak peek to what we could expect from Vague Controlled Hoops. We're going to talk more about that later in the show, but right now we're going to go to first up our breaking news for today. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
And let's go with the first topic of the day. Guys, today was the NFL trade deadline. It ended at 4 p.m. Eastern time, just before the show. And boy, did we get some shakeups. Stathead, you're smiling ear to ear. What trade stood out to you today? Like, what's got you excited?
All I wanted today was chaos. I wanted people to go to places. I just mix it up. This season's already been wild, and TJ Hawkinson's got to be the one that kind of, not only are you sending a great tight end to your in-division rival, like, I was just disappointed. I wanted more fight from the Lions, but I get it. They're rebuilding. Like, I hope they don't fire Dan Campbell after this year. Give him another one. But TJ felt like a centerpiece.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also just not as big, but very happy. I do hope Chase Claypool can ball out in Chicago. That's a good one for me. I'm like, I want to see him do well along with Darnell Mooney.
And you can tell that Chicago is really trying to rise up here. They have been making some impressive strides with their offense. Justin Fields leading that endeavor with his team. And the Claypool makes a nice weapon, a nice addition for him to target. AJ, what trade did you really like today? What stood out to you?
Trade I liked, like you guys said, Claypool to the Bears. Everything you just said. It gives the new quarterback a new weapon that's sorely needed for the Bears offense. They've been struggling, and I know being in Chicago right now, people are very excited about that. I think Claypool hasn't gotten the touches or the like looks that he should be for a receiver of his like talent. So I think going to Chicago, he's gonna get way more looks, way more touches than he did where he was previously. Now, having said that, the one that I didn't like to see but makes sense is Calvin Ridley going to the Jags.
There it is.
Yeah, I didn't
There it
like
is.
that. I love Calvin Ridley. I think he got a raw end of the stick, especially with everything that happened with Cleveland's quarterback. Anyway, but I think the fact that he can't play this season makes sense why they're trading him, and they're getting like draft picks, which the Falcons are rebuilding, so it makes sense. But they are rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, and I understand the Jags play here too, right? They need some more weapons. They've got to continue to build that offense to help it stay strong and to get it where it needs to be. They're struggling. They're third place right now in the AFC South.
I don't get the Jags.
You know, and so I don't know. Like, they can overcome the Colts. They're only one game back from the Colts because the Colts had a tie earlier in the season. But now with their, you know, they've gone to Sam Ellinger at quarterback. Matt Ryan is no longer with the Colts. I don't know how long the Colts are going to stay in that number 2 spot. With this move, if the Jaguars can, you know, bring him in, work him into the offense well, like, it could make a big difference for them. And Trevor Lawrence could actually see some more touchdowns throws happening. You know, I'm hoping.
Falcons rebuilding, but for some reason in first place.
Yeah,
they're the best rebuilding team in the league right now.
I can't get over this comment. Peanut says, "I wish my Raiders traded away our garbage QB Derek Carr." I can't even. I'm not even gonna respond to that. I'm just. I can't. I feel like he's just baiting all of us. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Derek Carr is bad. Let's be real.
Whoa.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, he's
Oh.
struggling this year, but he's not bad. He's great. Anyway, hey, some of the other trades we saw today that were actually like crazy. We saw,
Yep.
now that McCaffrey has gone to the Niners, what were they going to do with Wilson Jr.? They sent him to the beach, baby. He's playing in Miami. He's going to help stack up with Tua. He's actually had some impressive stats earlier this year, so I'm impressed. Like, I feel like that's a good deal for Florida, like for Miami. Like, these guys are going to come in and they've got a pretty impressive tenured running back to add to Tua's weapons that he can pass to or run the ball through. I don't know. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out.
It's not the most impressive thing that Miami got today, though.
It's not. Go ahead.
Bradley Chubb.
Yep.
Oh my God.
You love Chubb.
I do. We got some good Chubbs in the league, all right?
I feel like FCF needs to make I love Chubb shirts just for Stathead to wear around because it makes sense.
Yeah.
We got, how can you hate on any of the Chubbs? Nick Chubb, great.
Chubba
lost to
Howard,
the Patriots.
great.
Chubba Hubbard.
Oh, you're right.
You didn't even get it right. It's actually Chuba
He's
Hubbard.
on my fantasy team too.
Speaking of Chubb, go back to the
Dyslexia.
go to the Browns. The Browns don't do anything. They keep Kareem Hunt just on the payroll. They don't move him off. They don't do anything with him. We're like, we're just gonna pay you not to run the ball. It's gonna be awesome. Hope you enjoy it. Like, what are the Browns doing? I don't even know.
I get it, and
It's a mess.
It is.
The Bills signed Hines from Indy to come in as a running back. They needed some additional depth in the running position as well. We saw quite a few trades. We thought the Patriots were going to move their offensive tackle, but they keep Wynn on their roster. Nobody wanted Cooks from the Texans. The Cowboys mentioned that they were going to make a move, and they never came up with anything. And even more fun fact, Sunday night, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the president of the Green Bay Packers was actually on the field, and the fan said, "Hey, are you going to get us a wide receiver, by the trade deadline?" He goes, "You're going to have it on Tuesday." And nothing came out. Like, they did not pick up a wide receiver. And so now Green Bay is like, okay, are we going to turn this thing around, or are we just going to continue to struggle? There's so many red flags right now across the league. But I will say they got teams out there making moves.
Oh yeah.
Lots of defensive moves today. Cardinals signed a free agent linebacker. The Chiefs traded a quarterback to the Falcons, a cornerback to the Falcons in Fenton. And so, I mean, we saw a lot of moves for sure. But I mean, that's it, guys. No more moves to the offseason. Is there any move that you were hoping that we were going to see that we didn't see?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish the Falcons.
Just give me one, because I know there's like 20 more we could think of that we would love to see. But just give me one. I'll start with you, AJ.
I just wish the Falcons got better. I feel like the cornerback wasn't much. I feel like we just got trade assets. Honestly, I wish we sold Marcus Mariota high right now. Like, I know everybody's high on him, but I feel like this is a good time to just sell high, baby, because he's not going to be much higher in trade asset right now. Like, he's, put the young rookie quarterback in, give him a chance. Like, we're rebuilding for a reason. Like, why not? And get some good, I don't know. I just don't see Marcus Mariota being higher right now than any time ever. But I don't know. I'm sure there's much better trade options out there, but that's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been wearing this all day.
Go ahead, Sat.
I'll keep it going with what we wanted from our personal teams, because I really think, and I've been saying this since preseason, I think Patriots should have ditched Nelson Aguilar. I think with Tyquan Thornton's been impressive. Kendrick Bourne's hurt, but still great. We're pretty deep at the wide receiver. I know everyone says we're mid. I don't think we're mid. I think we're just bad at play calling, but I think we could have gotten some good picks for Aguilar. I wouldn't even gotten another player. I just would have gotten more assets to use.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, there's not really anything else that I really wanted to see other than I would have loved to see the Browns move Kareem Hunt. We talked about it last week. I think it was the smart move for the Browns to do, but obviously nobody's biting at that. Just like nobody was biting at Baker Mayfield. Nobody wants what's in the Browns bag. It's true. And so they are just kind of saying, hey, we're just gonna ride it out to the end of the season when we get our boy and he comes back off of suspension. But even then, it's too late for them to make any moves here. For Atlanta, specifically, like, I think they're really gunning for draft pick number 1, to be honest. Like,
but at the rate that they're going, they're not going to be close to it.
Yeah. No, you guys, you guys are bad at tanking. You're tanking right now, and you're going to end up winning the division.
But okay, I do have a question to pose to all you guys.
Yeah.
Do you want to reach in something that, like, in a Browns bag?
Yeah, if you telling me that the bag has something brown in it, I'm not putting my hand there.
I'm not putting my hand in there.
Well, and that is the case in Cleveland. Let's be honest.
Really
like right now, it's just a mess. And another city that is experiencing a mess right now in the NBA is Brooklyn. We got breaking news out of today that Steve Nash and the Brooklyn Nets have agreed to part ways just a few games into the season. This is coming to us from ESPN. And we get this breaking news headline, and it's shocking to some, but others are just like, what now? Like, what else is there for, like, what else could go wrong in Brooklyn? And is this an okay thing? Is this a good thing? Like, I don't know. All I could say is this. We talked about this in the pilot. I wish I had a clip of it. I would share it. And I thought about bringing it on, but we talked about what the problem is in Brooklyn. And that is that I don't know. I think it lies with the likes of KD and Kyrie at just the way that they're leading their team is just not being effective. That's just my opinion. But I mean, now they just say, hey, it's not the players, it's not the staff, it's not management of the team at all. They are saying it all rides on Steve, and Steve's like, peace, I'm out. I want to leave. And I don't know how I feel about all this. I know who Steve Nash is. I like him as a coach. I think it's interesting that he's mutually checking out. Or do you think they're just saying, hey, like, we respect him, we're going to say we're mutually parting ways? What do you guys think?
I mean, I think it's a New York thing, but that's just me bashing New York. That's just me going. Historically speaking, New York has only had like one great franchise and one good franchise, and the rest have been like. I don't know if you guys saw this, but one of the names in the new Nets coaching thing is, I'm gonna say this right, the former Celtics coach that was suspended, Ime Udoka, and I'm like, okay, I don't think that's gonna solve much. Like,
okay. All right. I have something to say to this. So,
all right,
if you guys watched the first episode of Don't Cause a Ruckus, we were talking about how Boston is going to have an issue this season. They're not going to be as good as they were last season because their coach, I'm going to butcher it too, Ime Udoka, I think is how it's said.
Udoka. There was
Udoka.
an A, but you got the first name better than me, though.
Okay. Anyway, their coach was suspended this year, and they were allowing people to come and proposition him and take him away if they wanted to. And I said Brooklyn should be the first one out there to get him. Why? Because the Boston Celtics are not going to be the same without him as a coach. Now, if this is the perfect situation for the Nets, I think Steve Nash saw the dumpster fire that is Brooklyn right now in that organization, especially handling their superstars. And I think he, having been on superstar teams, Lakers with Dwight Howard, he knows what dysfunction is. And he saw that that's something that a coach cannot fix, or at least he felt like he can't fix it. So it's one of those things where, hey, let's both part ways on mutual terms and get out. I think he was ready to run out with his suitcase. His suitcase was packed 2 weeks ago, guys. Let's be honest. And he was ready to get out of there.
So, and that's what we said on the pilot 2 weeks ago, was we said that I said that I think KD is the problem. I saw him literally like destroy the locker room between him and Russell, just two superstar egos clashing in Oklahoma City. He goes and wins a championship with a bunch of his buddies at Golden State. That's the only time he ever won a chip, was when he was surrounded by other talented athletes on a overstacked super team. Then he goes to Brooklyn, and then he shows off his individual skill, but literally we're just seeing more of the same with Brooklyn. And we're seeing problems with him. We're seeing problems with Kyrie. And you have Nash coming in here trying to deal with all these big personalities, and it's like, how do I coach them? Because they're too good for me.
Here's a question that AJ brought this up. I think it'd be really fascinating if we see Ime go to Brooklyn, and then we see Nash go to Boston.
That would be interesting. Adrian Waj of the Waj Bomb is saying that the Brooklyn Nets are trying to finalize a deal to hire suspended Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka right now. They are trying to reach a formal expected agreement as soon as Wednesday, so we'll probably know by tomorrow. And again, like you said, AJ, that's the move that you would expect them to make. It's a smart move, but we just got to see where Nash lands. Nash is going to land somewhere. He is.
Come to Boston.
I don't think he wants to go to Boston. I really don't. I think he's looking for like a young team that he can like actually, build and like put his blueprint on. I see him going to somewhere like Oklahoma City.
Yeah, OKC.
OKC
needs a good coach.
They need a good coach. I feel like they have a ton of trade assets. So that'd be fun for Steve Nash to go in and like consult the general manager, and the two of them come out with a game plan, because those guys have like a ridiculous amount of draft picks in the next 3-4 years, because they've literally just been selling. It's been a fire sale over in Oklahoma City. So if I were Steve Nash personally, why not? If I can't go anywhere that like I personally have like family or like I grew up in, why not go to Oklahoma City? It's literally the coach and GM's playground over there. I think it would just be a good point for him.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Nash. We'll keep an eye on this, and we'll keep you guys posted. But we're going to continue on with some more sports. Let's go. Sports. Okay, so sports. You could almost smell him a mile away. Stinky the Gutter Cat, bringing us sports each and every week. We are going to pick up where we left off with the World Series, Astros, Phillies. They are tied up 1-1. Yeah. It's not a sweep, AJ.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yep.
I'm not.
Man.
I wish it was.
The Game 3 was postponed due to weather, so we're going to see Game 3 tonight. It was supposed to be the other day. We're going to see it tonight. Any predictions going like from what we've seen out of these two games? Real brief predictions.
Phillies all day Phillies.
Think the Astros still
gone
all days. Philly's coming in hungry, and they're gonna eat that W. That's what they're gonna eat. You look at the Fanatic. That whole thing's a mouth. All right, it is gonna eat the Astros up. Nom 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 nom. W. Believe in the hype. Listen, I've bought
look at the cracker.
The
you see this?
Yeah.
This is the Phillies defense right here. This is it's easily broken.
Ouch!
That's what's gonna happen. The Astros are gonna win it
over the hype. I'm sorry, I'm definitely I can't hear.
But if it's not baseball in Philadelphia, it's football.
It's football.
It's soccer.
It's soccer. The Union's in the championship.
Yep, Philly Union is in the MLS finals against LAFC. And then we have been in the World Series.
Phillies
like,
hope the dreams.
The way the Eagles are playing right now in the NFC East, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them make their claim in the NFL and make their way all the way, at least to the conference championship, if not to the Super Bowl.
On a very serious note, if you are in Philadelphia and any of these teams win a championship, please be safe, because, oh God.
That's why you guys don't deserve the win.
We can't handle it. It's too much for us. We freak out. Everything's on fire. All the Wawas are gone because we ate everything there. It's crazy. Pandemonium.
Just pandemonium. And speaking of pandemonium, I don't even know what the transition is. Let's just get right to it. Fan-controlled hoops.
Woo!
That is exciting stuff. Fan-controlled hoops, guys. We just had the tryout this week. I wanted to dive into a couple things that we, as your show's host, would like to see in fan-controlled hoops. But there's anything that you guys want to chime in on, any ideas that you guys would like to see in fan-controlled hoops, drop them in the comments. We'll read them. I would love to interact with you all. AJ, you saw some incredible talent. What do you want to see out of hoops this upcoming season?
Joe Johnson. I don't know what to say. There's not really much else I could look forward to. There's so many cool things that are coming. The only thing really is like what superstar is gonna show up. That's like all I can do is fingers crossed on who's gonna show up because the court is cool. Obviously, they didn't have the court this weekend, but
right.
I saw a video of what the court may look like, which is dope.
Yeah.
We showed some players and got some of their reactions, and it was cool. Everybody's excited, and I don't know. Literally, I just want Joe Johnson to come play. I think it'd be cool. He'd dominate the league, and it'd be great. He deserves another shot in the NBA, and I think this would be cool for him to get some eyes on him.
For sure. I was gonna say the one thing that I think that we're gonna realize is like this is gonna be here before we know it. Like this is one of the busiest times of the year just for life in general. Now, on top of that, let's talk about all the things that would have to prepare, like we have to prepare and get ready for when it comes to fan-controlled sports. We've got branding, we've got marketing, we've got all of these crazy fun things. We've got all the players coming in. Then we get, once we got our teams, we picked our teams. We've got drafts coming up. Like this is like gonna be like just a rapid fire run to the finish here to the start of fan-controlled hoops. And I'm excited. And I hope personally that we just get some incredible owner announcements and we get some incredible staff announcements and that we see some incredible players come out. Like I just think it's going to happen. And that's why I'm excited about hoops, man. I hope it's not that we hope to see it. We know we're going to see it.
Oh yeah.
So Stathead, do you have anything to add?
I'm coming in from left field from right here. All right. So the way the question was posed to me, I've been thinking about it all day. All right. What do I want to see? Well, what I want to see, we may not get, but I want to see a lot of wild stuff. All right. First of all, I want a Dunkaroos sponsorship. All right. Anytime you slam dunk the ball, Dunkaroos. All right.
Somebody, Akuga and branding and marketing.
Get on that. Get on that. That is brilliant. Oh my God.
Perfect. I want to see Shaq. Can we just make a glass board that Shaq can just break? Because, why not? That's fun.
I mean, Shaq's in the Atlanta area.
Just for funsies, you know what? Building on top of that, I was thinking, I've been talking about fan-controlled sports and entertainment with my friends. One of my friends, shout out to Jacob, came up with big ball, small ball. Power up. Make ball small. Let's make ball small. Make ball small. Now you have a bunch of grown men with a little tiny basketball. They got to dribble around. They got to shoot it. Alternatively to that, we get an all-star game of former NBA legends, and we just give them the plastic basketball set made for toddlers.
The one that you hang on a door and you're just shooting from across the room, when you're in your office.
I was thinking the toddler, Fisher Price one, where it's it's a little small one and just going back and forth.
Oh,
but the Dunkaroos, I will not drop that. You get Dunkaroos for fan control hoops, and we all shout Dunkaroos when someone gets
Dunkaroos. Yeah. That's a pretty high bar to set, but somebody clip this and send it to branding and marketing. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Anybody send it to them. Okay.
Freddie Airmail said Dunkaroos slam dunk hot mic booth.
Ooh, dude, will there be a hot mic booth? And what will it look like in an NBA?
There's got to be.
It's got to be at other ends of the hoop. You know what I mean?
Well, you do it on the side, so as they're running back to play defense, they run up in there and then they get back on defense real fast. because there's no break in the action; it just keeps going, right?
Oh God.
I don't know. All right, guys. All I can say is this: I'm very excited about hoops. The more and more we get closer to it, the more I'm excited about it, especially after hearing everything that came out of the tryout. So more to come from Fan Controlled Hoops. Let's go ahead and go into gaming and entertainment. We have had this discussion last week about all the new releases, one of them being Call of Duty. This was crazy to me. Modern Warfare 2 gets released officially on October 28th, 2022. It delivered the largest opening weekend in franchise history, with sales topping through $800 million in the first 3 days, breaking the previous 5-day record set by Modern Warfare 3 of $775 million back in 2011. And it's also the biggest entertainment opener of the year, outdoing Top Gun Maverick and Doctor Strange. Like, it's crazy how much money is in video games. Yeah. It's insane. What do you guys think about this? Like, is the hype there? Like, or is this just Call of Duty being Call of Duty? Like, what is it?
Both.
Both.
Both. I mean, the hype's there because it's Call of Duty. The Call of Duty being Call of Duty generates hype about Call of Duty. Like, yeah. I mean, I love Call of Duty. I love a good first-person shooter. I haven't gotten this game. It might be a while before I get this game, but like, am I surprised that it's doing numbers? No, because like you said, you told us the campaign's good, and to me, that's fundamental in a Call of Duty game. I want a good campaign. Multiplayer is always going to do good. Like, it'll always do well because that's what people go to Call of Duty for. If it's got zombies, then it's going to do better, but it's a Modern Warfare game, so I don't think it'll have zombies.
Yeah. The crazy part is we're now in an era post I guess post battle royales and free to play. Like, Warzone is still free to play. It's not even released yet. It comes out in 2 weeks. So the game itself has sold at $70 a game and has gotten to a place where they have broken sales records in terms of dollars, but they're still giving away the main thing that everybody wants to play, Warzone, away for free. And they're still breaking sales records. Like, that's crazy to me. That's insane. I don't understand.
Is it though, or is it good marketing? Because that's what I think it is, honestly.
Maybe so.
Look at what you just said. The free part hasn't come out yet, so of course they put out the part that's most expensive before anything else. You got to pay to play. If you want to play, you got to pay for it.
Yeah,
but
do you think it's just FOMO? Like, nobody wants to play out, so they're just buying in just so they don't miss that extra practice and all those.
I think this is what it is. If you really look at it,
Fortnite
is still probably one of the biggest games in the world being played right now. Apex as well. Both of those free to play completely. Never have they charged anything except for skins. All right. The main game itself has always been one game. Now, think if they came out with Fortnite 2, charged $56 and said there's a campaign, there's like a multiplayer, and they put that out first and then put out the new Fortnite Battle Royale, people would still buy that.
People lose their mind,
more than Call of Duty. Call of Duty is just the same game every year. It's just like 2K, Madden, and FIFA. It's the same game every year with newer graphics. I'm not wrong.
AJ's right. AJ, fun fact, AJ, Fortnite does have a paid version, and it's like an entirely different game. Just no one cares.
I'm 100% sure, but did that come out before Battle Royale? No,
yes.
It came out afterwards.
It did.
It came out before. Because originally Battle Royale was like a mode that came out of that. Because they weren't selling the game.
It's a defense game. It's about everybody.
I remember when Fortnite came out. Everybody was playing.
Nobody wanted to play Fortnite Save the World.
Yeah, because it was free. Like, why pay for that? Now, I bet you if you did it reverse, put out Fortnite 2, did it the same way, people would buy that shit. I bet you.
Especially if all your skins transferred over, like in Overwatch.
Or
it also goes to show no one cares about what you title your game. There's already a Modern Warfare 2, so they're like, you know what? Let's make Modern Warfare 2 again.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2.
2.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Rust is
wearing tutus.
If
Let's
Rust
go.
is not in this game, they did it wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, all I've got to say is Rust is not in the game, actually.
Well, then
Yet.
they did it wrong.
Yeah, but it could come back. Well, I take that back. It could be in the new Warzone map, because they're saying that the new Warzone map actually will include older Call of Duty like maps, but like all seamed together. So like Terminal is part of it, and a bunch of other maps that were like really big back in the day, which is super, super cool for all you retro FPS guys like me. Anyway, let's just go over this fact. We were talking about Epic. We were talking about Fortnite. Fortnite comes out today with a new event. It's called Skywalker Week. They're bringing in more Star Wars into Fortnite. And I think that's exciting as a Star Wars fan. Like, we've got more skins and more quests and characters and lightsabers and all those things back in Fortnite. But can we just talk right now about how it's really sad that Epic Games has more Star Wars content updates than even like the likes of Battlefront 2, because they have stopped continuing stuff like that, or they don't have any support on that. They don't have any other multiplayer titles out there. Like, Fortnite is the only game out there getting Star Wars updates. No other Star Wars title is. How sad is that?
What do you want? What do you want from LucasArts? All right, they're so focused on telling the story of Star Wars that the games are just never gonna, like, it's not gonna happen. Like, we had, what was the one that came out? I think it was like the something Jedi, the Last Jedi. I think it was the Last Jedi.
Yeah,
It was
like
that was like
You're talking about Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Like, that
Yeah.
was great, but multiplayer wise, I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, they
like,
did Battlefront 2, and then they stopped support of it to do Battlefield, and we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, and like Fortnite's gonna go and it's gonna play the claw game of like, what famous character can we bring into our weird little universe, and it's gonna do that because who doesn't want to be a part of Fortnite? Everyone's talking about it. Everyone plays Fortnite. You got Thanos, you got Spider-Man, you got Goku, you got Darth Vader. Heck, I mean, like, who's next? Who isn't going to be a part of Fortnite?
So here's the question. Is Fortnite the FPS version of Super Smash Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah. No, but it's not an FPS. It's third person.
And I can tell you what Fortnite's going to do next. That's going to piss everybody off, but it's going to be the forefront.
I want to hear it. Let's hear it.
I want to know.
Actually, I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but I'll put money down. Who wants to bet fan IQ? Let's bet some fan IQ.
Can we bet
fan
IQ?
Hey, don't you bring that Don't Cause a Ruckus stuff on here, okay? Okay, that's you and Jose's thing. I'm not. I don't want to spend my
tomorrow.
points.
That's tomorrow.
You want to gamble? You go watch tomorrow's show.
Let me gamble.
Yeah.
No, but I bet you that they'll bring a Bored Ape in. They'll be the first video game to bring an NFT.
Dude, I could totally see Fortnite integrating with NFTs at some point. Totally could see it. The question is, like, how do they manage that? And maybe in my opinion, that comes with the next iteration of Fortnite when they integrate in Web3.
You know what?
somehow.
I have a
why I
theory,
say that though? No, you know why I say
Go
that?
ahead.
Because I know that there's going to be soon a free-to-play battle royale type game with NFTs involved with it. And I bet you anything, if it gets a lot of hype, and I feel like it is because the developers are really good, then Fortnite's going to try to keep up.
Here's my
question:
here's my
what do
theory.
you sell the ability to use your skin for? Like, do you do like regular skin prices, or you be like, give us an ETH? You want to play with your Bored Ape? Give us an ETH. People would do it. Unfortunately, people would do it. Tell me they wouldn't do it, AJ. They would do it.
Here's my theory as to how Bored Apes will go into Fortnite. I have a theory now. All right.
Okay.
They Snoop Dogg. Once they get
Dogg?
Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg and probably Eminem, you could put them.
Oh, dude, that'd actually be a really cool combo.
That is
see.
actually
You put them in that video game, and then as an alternative, them is their Bored Ape, and then Bored Apes are in.
As a huge anime nerd, and or I wouldn't say huge anime nerd, but I like the classics. I like Dragon Ball Z. We've seen Dragon Ball Z. We've seen other anime like art style characters in it, but why have we not seen like Full Metal Alchemist or like My Hero yet in Fortnite?
Broader audience.
Like, to me, that's next. That's what's coming up.
I think we'll get Pokemon before we get My Hero.
Oh, that would be something else. Speaking of that, real side note. You know they're making a Pokemon game. It's like an offshoot of Pokemon. It's for Xbox and PlayStation, and your Pokemon have guns.
I don't think that's true, dude.
It is totally true. I'm sending it to you after the show. Anyway, we got.
Is it branded Pokemon or is it?
No, it's not branded Pokemon. It's not branded
That's
Pokemon.
what it is.
There it is.
But
Okay.
I'm saying it's like the same style of game as Pokemon. Like you have all your little creatures that you capture, but they carry
Pikachu
guns.
uses his Glock. You're dead now.
Use AK-47.
And moving on.
Charmander, bust out the shotty.
Speaking of Xbox and PlayStation, we've got some news around PlayStation. Sony released a report that they've lost nearly 2 million PlayStation Plus subscribers since they've done their service revamp. This comes to us from IGN. According to the company's latest financial report, Sony's multi-tiered PlayStation Plus subscription service dropped from 47.3 million subscribers at the end of June to 45.4 million in just 3 months, leading up to September 30th, a decrease in total of 4%. Sony highlighted that the ratio of gamers subscribed to the service is significantly higher on the PS5 than it is for previous generation PS4 console. In response, Sony's leadership plans to accelerate the adoption of PS5 hardware to recover this user engagement going forward. So basically, Sony's saying, like, hey, the only reason it's dropping is because people aren't buying the PS5. That's why we want more people to buy the PS5. I mean, can we just say what the problem is? Make the PS5 available for people to buy.
Exactly.
Like,
it's still hard.
It's still hard to find. Like,
hard.
AJ,
I didn't know that.
You like got in and you're like, oh, that's it. Like, once you get a PS5, like you don't think about it anymore. But like, you can't go into a retail store and buy one. You have to go in and battle bots. You have to battle bots in an online retailer to try to get one, even to this day. And they're like weekly releases happening every week with multiple retailers, and people still can't get them. And part of it is on the production side, they can't keep up. The other side is they're also just got bots and people just trying to scalp them. Jason Wright says on YouTube, he says they'll be back at Christmas time. You know, that's a great theory. Maybe, hopefully they're holding back stock, and in a few weeks we'll just see them massively like release a ton of them. But per Freddie Airmail, his comment is like, do we blame Sony? Do we blame this on Sony in this economy? Like, is this Sony's fault or is it the economy as well? I don't know.
Yes.
Say yes.
I mean, there are ways you can.
I don't know.
I'm sure. Like, I mean, that just boils down to, wow, that sucks. Like,
I'm sorry.
That
This is such a first world problem. Like,
right.
Like, there's always going to be bots. There's always going to be scalpers. There's always going to be guys, like, in anything when you're selling it, that just try and buy it and resell it at a different price.
Have you been in shoe culture?
Oh, God.
I mean, I guess this is why it doesn't really faze me all that much, is because, like,
No.
I'm not in shoe culture, but, like, when I kind of am. I dabble. Like, you have to fight bots. You have to fight, like, dudes waiting in line for months. Like, at least, like, if you're diligent, you can get a PS5.
Yeah,
if you set up, like, alarms anytime stock pops up, which you can do, it's pretty easy, you can get a PS5. It's just, are you willing to put in the time?
Yeah. And so I think it's a cop-out answer from Sony is where I'm coming from. Yeah. Like, I think that's just their like them trying to cover their tracks. That, to be honest, a lot of people are kind of fed up with just things happening. And to be honest, there's a better value from a games perspective on Xbox, not from a sense of like, hey, you know, we have the most exclusives and things like that, because definitely like Sony will wear that crown, you know, for a long time. Like, Sony has incredible exclusive first party content, but the value you get with Game Pass right now just seems too good to be true. You know, $15 or $25 a month gets you, I mean, $25 a month gets you an Xbox, gets like the physical console, gets you Game Pass with a massive library of games and like online play access. So like,
wait, you can buy an Xbox for $25?
Yeah. So you can actually go. It's called Xbox All Access. You can get an Xbox Series S and Game Pass for $25 a month, and basically it's like a streaming service. Or you get a Series X for $35 a month. It's crazy. But here's the thing: that value, I don't know how long that value is going to be locked in for, because it just so happens that Phil Spencer took to Twitter the other day and basically was commenting back with someone and saying that Xbox was going to be raising prices soon. He didn't say on what. He didn't necessarily say on hardware or services or a combination of both, but he did say that prices are going to be going up on Xbox, which tells me that, yes, they're seeing a lot of success. I don't know. I just, I'm really thrown off there. For some reason, like I have this window pulled up with us, and I heard myself back. It was weird, so it like threw me off for a second. Sorry. But anyway, like I'm looking at all this, and I'm saying, okay, like is Xbox doing a bait and switch here? Like, hey, come over here, like great value, massive library of Xbox games through Game Pass, great value, great deal, and then turning around and be like, well, we got to raise our price. You already have our console. You already have our stuff. Now we're moving to this cloud model as well. Like,
But see, okay,
I don't know.
See, that's what I don't like about that. Okay, I get that you have that all access Xbox thing, but like you said, they may change up the prices. And now I just checked. Okay, the all access you pay for the $35 a month if you get the X. If you get the Series S, it's $20 a month, 25. But if you get just a Game Pass Ultimate, it's $15 a month. Now, say they change it. Now you're paying an extra $40 a month just because you have a console. That's not fair. See, that's how they get you.
Well, the Game Pass is included with that all access. So Game Pass is included with that. But the thing is, once you
get, you're gonna have to pay extra because of the console.
Well, the console you only pay for 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is, and then after that you don't have to pay the extra cost. You just pay the subscription.
I don't know. Still seems fishy.
But either way, I say all this to say this is like, I mean,
2 years. How many times can they up the price?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people were criticizing Sony for their raising prices globally on their hardware, and then now Xbox is saying like, look, this economy hit isn't just them, it's everybody, it's all of us. And I think what it is that Xbox is at a point where they're delivering so much value that they, in order to be able to pay the people that they have to pay, like they have to make sure that they're recuperating those funds and paying out those developers that are putting their games on their platform. That's what I think it comes out. But I mean, we'll see.
I say that both blame. I say blame them both. These big companies want to keep making money. That's what they're gonna do. That's the corporation for you. Yeah. Why are we surprised that they want to raise prices? They want more money. They're gonna give us some reason to explain the more money, and people are still gonna pay. That's what it is.
I feel like.
And you're never going to see prices come back down when the economy bounces back. Like it's always just going to be expensive.
I mean, but there's always the option of, we see that like Xbox has Game Pass at a certain price and they have all these options, and now PlayStation's getting flack for losing PlayStation Plus or changing it. Maybe they change up their whole drive, make it their own version of the Xbox Pass, and it's the same thing, the whole catalog of PlayStation, but and
I think they're looking at that.
Who knows?
Yeah, I think they're looking at that to try to create something to compete with it, but they just haven't. And now too with the Xbox, like Xbox is trying to make some money because they're trying to buy Activision. They're trying to get all that happening. The Blizzard Activision combo. They're trying to lock that in. So
just buy a Switch or a Steam Deck and be happy.
Sounds good.
Just do that and ignore these two.
I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing though that's not making me happy is the past 2 weeks of fantasy sports. Although Stathead, I would say with fantasy sports for you, it's been a good 2 weeks for you. Let's go around the league. Let's talk about what's happening. Stat, tell us about your fantasy football team. How are things going in both your leagues?
Well, let me just tell you right now. It's not Stathead this week. Is the biggest blowout and best manager stat head this week.
Oh,
To be fair, and I have to say this, the person I played did not change their roster. They had like 2 guys on bye. It was that I don't care. I still won. Very happy. Taking the dub. A win is a win. And this week, let me tell you about this week. This week,
who'd you play?
Who did I play? I don't know the person. Are you winning, son? I guess. I don't know. That's not important. They lost. What's important this week? I have to win. There is no other, because you know who I play? I play AJ. And AJ, I'm coming for the dub. Right now, I'm predicted. I got a 73% chance of winning. And that's also league? Because in the league that we put money down on.
It's because my tight end and my quarterback are on a bye.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let me put Patrick Mahomes
you can make all the moves in the world, AJ. You're going down. Right? I'm coming.
No. Sorry. Excuse me. Tight end, quarterback, and wide receiver. I have 3 positions on a bye.
That was like me last week when the Bills were on bye.
Yeah, let me put Keenan Allen real quick.
It don't matter who you put in, you're going down.
I was gonna say this is why I hate fantasy football, because bye weeks are literally the devil.
That's why you plan for bye weeks when you draft, like me.
Yeah, I just go all or nothing.
The quarterbacks this year, are poo-poo. They are not good.
They are not doing 100%. Good at all.
I have not started Mac Jones once. I've just left Joe Burrow in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do when Week 10 gets here. I'm gonna be honest.
I was
on my wide receivers and running backs.
I was gonna say
was literally, you know what? I'm gonna let Patrick Mahomes went, Joe Burrows went. Everybody that I wanted was gone in the first couple of rounds, and I was like, you know what? There's enough starting quarterbacks and not enough teams in this league that it'll matter. I can pick someone off the waivers. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. There are not a lot of good
Geno Smith for a while there.
Oh, I'm picking Geno Smith back up.
Yeah.
He's number 7. He's consistent. I was all right, Daniel Jones, maybe.
And the people that you would expect to have been good from previous year's stats, this year, not good. Where's Tom Brady? He's not really showing up all that much in fantasy at all. I don't know. Freddie Airmail wants us to just remind everyone that he dropped 200 points on AJ in our league. That's fine.
Have money on that league, but I'm
True.
Okay. It's fine.
We don't. I lost both my leagues this week, guys.
Yeah, what happened to you?
Dude, I don't know, man. I changed my name to Danger Witch Killer in honor of Russell Wilson, and I really think that's what it is. I'm gonna go back to Every Day I'm Wrestling as my team name, and I'm putting Russell Wilson back in that starter spot on quarterback because I think it's jinxed me. I think you live with Russell Wilson and you lose with Russell Wilson. That's just it. You win or lose. You just gotta stick to your guns. So
I need. There's a 3-way tie for fourth, and then a 3-way tie for fifth, and then there's just one guy in last. I need both of you to lose, and I need to beat one of you to get there, so that you're.
Well, I am not selling lemonade in a unicorn suit. Dang it! That's all I have to say.
I don't think any of us are gonna. I think all of us are gonna be fine.
I'm gonna make it happen.
I'm in the playoffs right now. I snuck back into the playoffs after being dead last.
He's in there.
I'm proud of you. Playoffs. Can I just say, on record, I was dead last for a while, and I went on a tear. I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Did. Yeah, and that tear's coming to an end.
It's time for this week's boss battle. We're coming up on the end of time. This one's going to be a fun one, but it only proves one point, and that is this. Our boss battle this week is not BCS top 25, actually. I probably sent over the wrong asset. That's my bad. So we can just throw the graphic up there real quick. That works. We can throw up the what we're talking about today. We're talking XFL logos.
Let's go.
We're gonna see how this works. We're gonna get this loaded up here in just a short second. But guys, the XFL, they announced what their logos are going to be for the 2023 season. I looked at all of them, and I was just dismayed because the entire time, I'm just sitting here why did they hire the Overwatch League artist for
I think that's unfair. One, I like the Overwatch League art.
I do too.
And so like that's not really but yeah, a good chunk of these are just not great. I mean, like I think I can pick out 4 that I like, but there's one that's like objectively the best in my mind.
Okay.
It's the St. Louis Battlehawks. They didn't change anything. It's the same one, and it was cool in 2020, and it's cool in 2022.
Okay.
I mean, okay, you're wrong, but
okay.
I mean, you're wrong. Let's just be honest here.
I'm right.
They all are bad. They're all
they
bad.
Are not pretty.
The fact that the Battlehawks hasn't changed is disappointing because the one team whose logo should not have changed is the Renegades because they had the best logo last time.
They did.
It's a little ridiculous that they went from the coolest bandit to now info's just all up in my face. There it is.
Yeah.
No, he went from like a bandit mascot that was like hard, looked like the Gotham football team in The Dark Knight, which I loved. And now it's a weird DAR.
Yeah.
Like I see the A, I see the R, but I see a D.
Yeah,
too.
why is it a D? I see the D now. I think it's
feel
trying
like
to be.
It was supposed to be Dallas Renegades, I bet, and it's now Arlington Renegades. So they're like, yeah, it works. Still, I don't know. But
Defenders isn't good.
Defenders isn't good. The Guardians, I like. I think that one gets my vote of best because
but the old one was better.
No, it was not. The old one,
guys. I'm not gonna lie. San Antonio's logo looks sick. Like San Antonio's logo.
But they have the worst name.
They do.
I don't think that logo looks good at all. I think
the Brahmas are bad.
I think it's just
the llamas. The what? The Brahmas.
The
Brahma Llamas.
That's the Rocks team.
That is the Rocks team. The Seattle Sea Dragons. The Seattle Sea Dragons should have just been the Seattle Dragons. Kept the logo. That would have been fine.
You're wrong.
But the Seattle Sea Dragons is terrible.
It makes sense.
The Vipers logo is cool too. I gotta say, I like that.
Okay.
You're wrong about the Sea Dragons, Kyle, because it makes sense. Every sports team from gosh darn it back in the day, they always rhymed their mascot with the name of the city. Like I don't know.
You didn't need to specify C. They're not the Seattle Sea Krakens. They're just the Seattle Krakens.
But it should be the Seattle Sea Dragons because it's got that S, that a little alliteration that you want.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Can I just say the one thing I think we all agree on? It doesn't matter which of these are good or bad. You know what I think? I think they would have been way better if they let the fans put input on the logos.
100%.
Because that's the beauty of fan-controlled sports. Like the fact that we got to help create this beautiful logo that is the Bored Apes logo. Like that is everything. Yeah. And so,
sorry.
I mean, the Bored Apes logo over here. I mean, it's beautiful and it's cherished and it's under a spotlight and
it's
because
brown.
A fan made it, and I'm okay with it. And it doesn't bother me. So
and they made it brown. And I will never let AJ live the brown comment down until the day I die.
Bronze, first of all, it's
which
bronze.
is a shade of brown.
It's not.
So anyway, final pick. Which logo? Just pick one. I think. You think Battlehawks? AJ,
got
who
a sword.
You got?
Guardians,
Orlando.
The best.
I think Vipers are probably it for me. Everybody at home, you vote on who you agree with most. You can agree with myself. You can agree with Stathead. You can agree with AJ. Vote now in the poll, and let's see what you guys are thinking. No spamming it. Oh, yeah.
My hands are clean this time. My hands are clean. I'm got my hands up here.
Stathead won. Good job, Stathead. You're the man.
It's a sword and wings. That's the coolest thing.
It's what
I think
the KOD should have been.
Hey, that's an argument for another time, but we'll have to come back to the arcade and talk about that one next week. You guys can find us right here every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. We run you through all the gaming news, entertainment news, and sports news you need to know about right here on Fan Controlled Sports on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. We're all here, and we are always having a good time at Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment. So make sure you join us each and every week. We'd love to see you. Tune in later this week. We've got 2 more great shows. Tomorrow night, we've got Don't Cause a Ruckus, Episode 3, with your boy AJ down there and his co-host and cohort, Mr. Jose Ruckus. And then we've got an incredible show for you. The Fan Control Show is coming back with a pre-recorded edition episode titled Jeef. It's What for Dinner. It's What's for Dinner. So don't forget, Jeef is What's for Dinner on Thursday. Tune in for that as well. But until next time, thank you all for tuning in to the show this evening. We hope you have a wonderful start to November. Who's participating in No Shave November, by the way?
That's
Anybody?
not what I thought you were going to ask.
That's also
sure.
same, but like, yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's
You
get
know
out of
what?
here.
I want to
Everybody.
see you catch up with me and AJ. That's what I want to see.
Oh, I just trimmed this up so that ain't happening. Ain't happening.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should have trimmed up yesterday, but I was like, neck beard's fine.
Yeah, no, thank you. Anyway, guys, we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, and you guys have a good one.